Hi, welcome to another video edition of the ZEIsSIT World blog, which will be titled, Lo and Behold, the Hobbyist. Now today we set at this place called New Jersey for the world's greatest tour stop at the New Jersey Convention Center in Edison. Now, a lot of people don't have the benefit of seeing a train show, so we're going to bring you an exclusive inside look at the glitz, the glamour, the excitement of a train show. So buckle your safety belts and let's get going. Like Haley's Comet, the world's greatest hobby tour only comes around every 5 to 10 years, so you want to make sure you check it out. They have a couple good websites. We got WGHshow.com as well as trainshow.com. Just to see when all the tours are going out and when it's coming to a town near you. But we're here in Edison, so let's check it out. Over 200 booths and manufacturers and retailers are present. By 2013, the world's greatest hobby on tour reached the 1 millionth visitor milestone. The world's greatest hobby on tour showcases the hobby of model railroading. Sponsored by the Hobby Manufacturers Association, Model Railroad Division, and by the World's Greatest Hobby program, the show is intended to introduce the general public to model railroading in an entertaining, lively, and family-friendly atmosphere. Model railroad skills span from carpentry to artistry, from electrical engineering to historical research. The train show brings out the young and the old. The first widely adopted standards for toy trains running on track were introduced in Leipzig, Germany in 1891 by Marklin. There are 6 main track or gauge types commonly known in the toy train world: Z gauge, N gauge, HO gauge, G gauge, S gauge, and finally O gauge. O gauge, also known as O scale, is a scale commonly used for toy trains and model railroading. By the 1930s, 3-rail alternating O gauge was the most common model railroad scale in the United States and remained so until the early 1960s. Though in Europe, its popularity declined before World War II due to the introduction of smaller scales. My legs are getting tired, we're not even halfway done yet. But we've got more trains to look at, so choo-choo!
Since the 1990s, O-scale manufacturers have begun placing more emphasis on realism, and the scale has experienced a resurgence in popularity, although it remains less popular than HO or N-scale, which tend to be inexpensive in toy stores and catalogs, but are less realistic than those sold to the true hardcore hobbyists. The O gauge remains the most popular toy train standard for the experts.
One ducky ducky, two ducky duckies, three. You got two red and a white. Yay! Put them back. You're a winner. Anything you want.
Oh, a mini staple-free stapler.
Perhaps the most recognized name associated with toy trains is Lionel, though its journey hasn't been as smooth as seen here on the tracks. What was known as Lionel Corporation was founded in New York City back in 1900 on the nose. In 1929, Lionel opened up a factory in Hillside, New Jersey, where it produced trains until 1974. During World War II, Lionel took a break from toy train manufacturing to help with the war effort and produced items for the U.S. military, then resumed making their trains once the war was over. After a number of post-war peaks and valleys, by the 1960s, Lionel saw a decline in profits, and with stiff competition from smaller train lines, Lionel Corporation sold its rights to the food manufacturer General Mills, of all companies, in 1969. Now, the name Lionel has been renovated and reused several times over due to numerous corporate sales and mergers that have occurred ever since. Today, the company is listed as Lionel LLC, but at the same time you might see it referred to as Lionel Electric Trains. Nevertheless, many Lionel collectors believe that the company and the magic ended when the original owners sold it to General Mills in 1969, and the so-called Lionel trains produced ever since are just a cheap imitation.
Well, we got a lot of clickety-clack in my head, but it was all worth it. That was perhaps the greatest train show of all time. Now again, check those websites, see when the train show's coming to you. I hope this exclusive and rare footage you've gotten has inspired you to get out there. So I'll see you next time. Bon appetit.
ZEIsSITWorld.com.
Cut. Blah, blah, blah.